Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Andrew Neil was a close personal friend of Alex Salmond and was deeply upset, obviously, at Salmond's death, untimely death, one should say, 69, a little bit on the young side. Many people are speculating that the stresses of his court case a couple of years ago contributed. May well have done, I'm not in a position to say. But according to Neil, who knew him as well as any, it seems that with the passing of Salmond, he's saying that independence is now a dead subject. He said Salmond was the only one who could have acted as any kind of figurehead due to the fact that he was respected both within the independence movement and without. He's saying people who were unionists, people who didn't agree with independence at all either, still respected him and liked him. They felt like they could work with him regardless. And without him, independence has no real leader. Certainly Swinney is not seen as a leader by many. Before him, Humza Yousaf, very divisive. Before that, obviously Cranky, very divisive. None of them could possibly ever have achieved independence. And going forward, who do they have? Well, their next leader is likely to be Beryl. He, of course, has got zero charisma and personality. He is not going to achieve it. And then there's Kate Forbes, and again, divisive even within her own party. There is literally no one for the next generation. And they need to accept this and let independence go, because it just isn't going to happen. And it is at least a generation away. I personally don't think independence will ever happen. Certainly not in my lifetime. But they're at least a generation away from having anyone who can come up through the ranks, through the nationalist parties, and be in any way acceptable to all the nationalists, let alone to people who aren't nationalist. Now, as tributes pour in, it's also clear that hope is pouring out. Without Salmond, without his leadership, without his charisma, independence is now truly gone. He came close in 2014. It was probably the closest independence will ever be. And he was relieved. He actually said that he was relieved, even though they lost, he was relieved that they lost by just such a small amount. In his words, it meant the steps towards were so much smaller than he thought. He did have hopes that he would win, he knew, but the very first result came in, he knew he'd lost. He says, but thankfully the result wasn't as bad as he thought it might be. And he took that hope all the way till the end. And a sad, sad passing there. But when even his friends now, even people with whom he had great rapport, are saying that independence is dead without him, perhaps even the SNP and its supporters must now finally, at the end, accept that independence is dead and that they should stop wasting time, effort, and above all, money on it, and use that money to build up Scotland's resources to where they're best needed. Perhaps that would be a more fitting legacy for Alex Salmond than to keep pouring money away on a dead cause. Let me know what you think. Till next time, bye-bye.